Hello students, good day to all. It's Yusuf sir again with the second part of fourth video, that is exercise 6.2. In the last video we have solved the problems till third question, and in this video we are going to solve the rest of the problems of exercise 6.2. So let's begin with the fourth question. Our fourth question is, in the given figure, if PQ parallel to ST, now just see the figure, PQ is parallel to ST. Now this PQ is parallel to ST. And one more thing, they have given angle PQR is equal to 110 degrees. So we are going to write PQR, it is equal to 110 degrees. And one more thing, RST, it is equal to 130 degrees. One more angle he has given, angle RST, it is equal to 130 degrees. What we are going to find out? We are going to find out the angle QRS. How to find out this angle? To find out this angle, they have given one hint. What is that hint? So hint is, draw a line parallel to ST. Now this ST line, you have to draw a line such a way that it should pass through R. That means that line will come here only. That should be parallel to ST. So let us go to the solution. Okay, let us draw a line XY which is parallel to ST. We have drawn that line XY parallel to ST. Okay, that is passing from point R. So this is what we have, they have given hint and we have drawn it. Now once you draw that, just observe the figure. Angle PQR, whether they are these two angles, angle PQR and QRX, whether they are co-interior angles. Obviously, why? Line is parallel to a common line, that they are parallel to each other. PQ is parallel to ST and ST is parallel to XY. Therefore, can I write XY is parallel to PQ? Yes, we can write. That's what we are going to write now. What? Co-interior angles are equal. So we are going to write PQR plus angle PQR plus angle QRX, it is equal to 180 degrees. So co-interior angle sum, it is always equal to 180 degrees. So that's why we are going to write it here. Okay. So once we have written that, what we have got? Co-interior angles on the same side of transversal. Now which is the transversal here? QR is transversal. Okay. So similarly, can we see that? Can we see on the either side also? SR is also transversal between the same parallels. Can we write that one? What? Angle RST plus angle SRY, it is equal to 180 degree. Can you write that one? Just observe the figure. Angle RST and SRY. Can we write that one? SRY, which is angle SRY? This angle. So therefore we can also write here that these two are transversal. So once we have got this angle, see in the left side only you can see that one, we have got one angle, this we have got this, what? Angle PQR, it is 110 degrees. So angle QRX we don't know. So can we find that angle QRX here with that value? Yes, we can find. So let us write that one. So once you put that value 110 degrees here, now if I take this and this side, what happens? It will become negative. So 180 minus 110 degrees will give you how much? 70 degrees. That's what we have written it here. So similarly, so can we take this side also? So here also we can see that there are co-interior angles. So on the right side also we can see that these two angles will form co-interior angles. So we are going to write that when RST plus SRY, it is equal to 180 degrees. So if it is 180 degrees, one angle we are having 130 degrees. So if you put that value RST in place of RST, if you put that value 130 degrees, what happens? So 130 plus SRY will give you 180 degrees. So that's what we are going to write here. So when you substitute, when you take that 130 to the right side, what happens? This side, now it will become negative. So what's the 180 minus 130 will give you how much? 150 degrees. Just 50 degrees you are going to get. So we have got the value of SRY also. Now we know that, what we know, just if you observe, XY is a straight line, and QR, this QR and SR are what? Lines standing on, rays standing on XY. Now if they are rays standing on the xy, then their angle sum it is equal to what? 180 degrees, right? So if it is equal to 180 degrees, sum of three angles, it should be equal to 180 degrees. Just say let us write xy is a straight line, qr and rs are standing on it. If they are standing, then their adjacent angle sum should be equal to 180 degrees. Okay, linear pair you can say. Okay, so can I write angle qrx plus angle qrs plus angle sry, it is equal to 180 degrees. So let us write that one. Yes, qrx plus qrs plus sry, it is equal to 180 degree. That's we have written. Okay, we know two values. This qrx also we have found and sry also we have found. Qrx it is equal to 70 degrees we have got, and sry it is equal to 50 degrees we have got it here. So let us put that value in this equation. So 70 plus qrs plus 50 degrees equal to 180 degree. So if you add this both, it will be equal to 120 degrees. If you take that 120 degrees on the right side, what happens? 180 minus 120. So if you subtract, then you are going to get what? 180 minus 120 will give you how much? That is equal to 60 degrees. So QRS it is equal to 60 degrees. Okay. Now this is the answer for the fourth question. So let's move for the next question. In the fifth question, what they have asked, in the given figure, AB is parallel to CD. Now just observe, in this figure, AB is parallel to CD. Now two angles he has given. Which are those angles? This and this angle. So let's see, if you just see, there are two transversal between the parallels here, PQ and one more PR. PQ and PR are the two transversals here. Two angles he has given. He is asking you to find out angle X and angle Y. So how to find out this angle X and angle Y? So let us write the given things what they are given. So angle PRD it is equal to 127 degrees and APQ it is equal to 50 degrees. We have written it. So just observe, if you take this PR as transversal, can we write angle APR it is equal to PRD? So can we write this complete angle it is equal to this angle? Why? Because alternate angles. So whenever a transversal cut to parallels, alternate angles are equal. So we are going to write alternate angles are equal. Angle APR it is equal to PRD, alternate interior angles. So just observe angle APR. Just observe this angle. What's happening there? This angle plus this angle equal to APR. So can I write that one? Angle APQ plus Y it is equal to angle APR. Can I write APR equal to 127 degrees? Because it is equal to PRD. Now APR it is equal to 127 degrees because it is equal to PRD. Okay, so that's what we are going to write. Angle APQ plus Y it is equal to 127 degrees. Okay, YPR it is equal to 127. That's why we are going to write 127 degrees. So what happens if APQ it is equal to 50 degrees? We know. So that's what we are going to put. APQ it is equal to 50 degrees. So 50 it is plus Y it is equal to 127 degrees. Y equal to 127 minus 50. How much it will be? 127 minus 50 it is equal to 77 degrees. That's what we are going to write now. Y equal to 77 degrees. Also just observe, PQ is also a transversal line here between the same parallels. So can I write angle APQ it is equal to now PQR? Again alternate interior angles. So that's what we are going to write here. Angle APQ it is equal to PQR, alternate interior angles. So we know that. Now these two angles will become equal, means X will be equal to 50 degrees. So we are going to write X equal to 50 degrees. So we have got both the values, that X is equal to 50 degrees and one more Y equal to 77 degrees. That's what we are going to write here. Okay, this is the solution for fifth question. Now let's go for the next question. What is the next question here? Let's go for the sixth question. It says in the given figure. Now which is the figure? Let's observe. Just observe the figure. PQ and RS are two mirrors. Now this PQ and RS are two mirrors parallel to each other. They are parallel to each other now. And ray AB is hitting the PQ at point B. Just observe, it is hitting at point B now. Now at this point it is hitting. Now when it is hitting at point B, it is also reflecting back. Now it is reflecting and back again hitting the RS mirror at point C. At point C it is again hitting RS mirror. Now from there again it is reflecting back in the CD direction. Now here you can see that rays are reflecting. Now when the rays are reflecting, we can know that we should also have the knowledge of what laws of reflection. First law of reflection says that angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. This knowledge we are going to use it here. Now we are going to prove that AB it is a parallel to CD. We have to show that AB is parallel to CD. Now here we are going to do one construction here. We are going to draw BM perpendicular to this. BM we are going to draw is perpendicular to PQ and CN perpendicular to RS we are going to draw. Okay. Now we also just see. Let us write that one. BM perpendicular to PQ and CN perpendicular to RS. Let us draw that one. Okay. So if you just observe, we have drawn BM is perpendicular to PQ and CN perpendicular to RS we have drawn. Now we also know that PQ is parallel to RS. It is been given. Now next thing what we are going to do, see when you are drawing the perpendiculars between the parallels, they are also parallel to each other. So that's what we are going to write. What we are going to write, BM is also parallel to CN. If BM and CN are two parallel lines, just observe BM and CN are two parallel lines, and BC is transversal for both the parallel lines. Now if there is a transversal line cutting two parallel lines, so can we write angle 2 it is equal to angle 3? Obviously. So first we are going to write what thus BM and CN are two parallel lines and a transversal line BC cuts them at point B and C. This transverse line is cutting. Okay. So therefore we can write angle 2 is equal to angle 3? Alternate interior angles. Obviously, yes, very good. Now in this next part, next slide we are going to see that what we are going to see how these all angles are equal. So just observe the figure now. Just see angle 1 it is equal to, is it equal to angle 2? How can we say that they are equal? So we have a law of reflection, that is whenever a ray is incident on a plane, when it gets reflected back, the angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. So angle 1 becomes angle of incidence and angle 2 becomes angle of reflection. Therefore we are going to write angle 1 it is equal to angle 2. Similarly angle 3 is also equal to angle 4. So that's what we are going to write here. What? Angle 1 it is equal to angle 2. So let us write angle 1 it is equal to angle 2 and angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Now when we have got that these all angles are equal to each other, just we also know that angle 2 is equal to angle 3. We have proved it. How? We alternate interior angles. Okay. Now when they are alternate interior angles are equal, can I say that all the angles are equal? So we can say that all the angles are equal. Angle 1 is angle equal to angle 4, angle 1 is angle equal to angle 3. Okay, so angle 2 is also equal to 3. That means all the angles are equal to each other. So I will write angle 1 equal to angle 2 equal to angle 3 equal to angle 4. So also when we have all the equal angles, we can say that when equals are added to equals, their sum is also equal. So can I write angle 1 plus angle 2 it is equal to angle 3 plus angle 4? Yes, I can write. So what happens when I add this angle 1 plus angle 2? I am getting angle ABC, right? And if I add angle 3 is equal to angle 4, angle 3 plus angle 4, what I am going to get? Angle C also we are going to get. Angle ABC and BCD we are going to get. That means angle ABC is equal to angle DCB. See, angle 1 plus angle 2 will form ABC, angle 3 plus angle 4 will form DBC. So that's what we are going to write here. So if these two angles are equal, just observe these, it is forming an alternate pair of angles. When the alternate angles are equal, what will happen? They will form a parallel lines. We have studied in axioms also. While studying the axiom, we have studied what? When the alternate angles are equal, the lines are parallel. That's what we are going to write. What? Alternate angles are there. Therefore, AB is parallel to CD. This is what we have proved, that AB is parallel to CD. This completes the exercise. In the next video we are going to solve the problems of 6.3. Thank you.